Hola. Hola. Hola.
Son nuestra primera familia, tienen familia. Hijos menores de 17 años. No necesitan y no dejan a nosotros, no sé, pero familia. Familia tú. Sí. Opa.
Imperial Beach, and right behind me, this is one of the locations that's the double layer wall, President Trump's new wall you can see here that was built. This was the old wall section, and this is an area that continues to get hammered. The cartels bring people over, they leave people in between this kind of no man's land in between here, and the people basically just wait for Border Patrol to come and open the gates. But the story here is really what connects to all of the other locations. These tents you see behind me, these are actually set up here by leftist, communist, open borders organizations. They're called collectives down here in San Diego that come down and basically aid and abet the people that are coming over. So the cartel brings them over, they leave them in this no man's land, and then you have these leftist groups come out here and act like they're doing good. The height of virtue signaling, handing them food and water and other things, paid for by you and me, taxpayers. And then the Border Patrol, when they have time to come do it, come open the gate, pick them up, take them in, and then they're shipping everywhere. And I know you got some of that footage I had from a friend of mine from Chicago. Now they're just shipping them out to suburbs because they're running out of places to put them. So it starts here. It starts with organizations like this. It really starts all around the world, and then it comes here, and then it's organizations like this, these guys behind me, that are the ones that are really driving this, the leftist communists in America that are really driving this.
Chicago's getting overrun pretty quick. It's about to boil over because you got so many of them here. They're commanding so many resources from the city, and you've got people displaced who never shared in any of that. Like all of a sudden we have $100 billion to spend on people that just got here, and you've got people that have been here forever and they don't even have a place to sleep at night. It's madness. I don't even know what the budgets are now. They're astronomical, but they keep passing more and more money, and where's it going? You've got construction sites where they're using for warming centers. You've got entire city blocks, police stations. It's not sustainable. The crime here was already so bad that people were worried about what was going to happen next. Well, now it's the point of no return. You can't deport them all. You couldn't if you had to. And there's a lot of denial too. I mean, we've been spending money in this city for decades without any care for where it came from, right? And now it's going to hit the pensions. It's going to hit city budgets that allow for a lot of the current employment, that just keep the wheels on. I don't see any way out. You can't have this many new unskilled people in a place where we already had desperately poor. And it's like we're kind of a forgotten part of America. Like nobody really cares. We've got parts just 10 blocks from here that look like the third world. And people have always turned a blind eye to that. And now you're throwing gasoline on that fire. And the people in the really polite suburban enclaves like where I'm at, they think they're safe. When this happens here, it's not going to be safe. Like there's no good way out of this.
And you look at that too, President Trump, what he did on the southern border versus Joe Biden just opening the floodgates up. Do you see that shift where people here are starting to get it?
Especially a lot of the community leaders that I know personally, we've had that talk and it's right away. Like they saw the difference, and a lot of them saw the difference with Trump back then. Yeah. One of the things that Trump did that was huge was the First Step Act, and that got a lot of these non-violent offenders, it got them their lives back, whereas Biden was the one drafting the legislation. So that wake up was already starting to happen. This has just forced it over the top. We have a whole city that's ready to change allegiances because they know it's not working, and it's so hard to get any attention on it. So God bless you for being here. Chicago's getting overrun pretty quick.
Just to give you an idea of the proximity from the Row Hotel, we just walked down 46th Street from the Roosevelt Hotel. We are in Times Square right now. This is Times Square, New York City, and one block from this, actually a hotel I stayed at a few years ago, is the Row Hotel, 1,400 rooms, now being used to house illegals. It used to be a hotel for people that were coming in, for tourists that were coming in. Now try and get a room in Midtown Manhattan. Can't do it. Or you're gonna get it, but it's $500 a night because we're using them to house illegals. One block from Times Square. That's how insane this has gotten.
They're actually guaranteeing that this area will be tied up with illegal aliens for a minimum of 3 years before they dissipate out into the wilderness of the United States of America.
Between 46th and 45th Avenue on 8th Avenue, we're a block off of Times Square. Look at the beautiful buildings. Show you the top. Look, go from the top of this building. This is the Row Hotel, back down to where I'm standing now. Got all these stolen scooters behind me here. This, just to give you an idea, New York is spending $9.8 million a day. The contract on this hotel for 6 months is $43 million. The total that they're expecting to pay over 3 years, let me get my fingers right, 3 years is $12 billion in New York City for the invasion that we have on our southern borders. I mean, it's just, you talk about disaster. It's just, you want to, I don't know if you want to laugh or you want to cry, but the answer is screw you to anybody who says another dollar for this invasion. Point the camera over here. You'll see these guys with the motor scooters. I was filming them yesterday. If you want to zoom in there, Dion, you can see all those guys. They kind of control this area. These are all illegals that are over here. I was filming over here yesterday. One of them came up, tried to attack me for filming. Okay, they don't want to be on camera. You're outside. Okay. So they don't want to be on camera. They want to come into our country, get the free stuff. They want to be able to sit out here and do their crimes, but don't want to be on camera. There it is. Couldn't speak English, from Venezuela, probably from Tren de Agua. These guys are controlling this. I went into multiple different shops right here. All of them hate what's going on over here, but they can't say anything about it. They can't say anything about it because they'll be attacked. They are letting this city and all of these big cities, whether it's BLM and all this, BLM started it. We defunded the police are neutered, and now we're inviting in millions of illegal aliens from third world countries that don't give a damn about our rules, don't give a damn about our country, don't give a damn about you and your family. It's no wonder people are fleeing big cities right now. All right, so we're 1 block from Times Square, right down in the middle of the theater district. This entire hotel has been taken over and now is an illegal alien shelter. The entire hotel, this massive, massive hotel, thanks to Democrats in New York City.
Finish the wall, build it tall. Finish the wall. Keep this wall built. Keep this hotel clear.
So everywhere you go, you smell weed. ¿De dónde son? Ecuador? Huh? Ecuador? They only know if you say mota. If you want to buy weed, they'll talk to you. Otherwise, not talking. So you got hundreds of scooters.
Yeah, they're all illegal. Every single one of them are illegal.
Taking up the bike racks. Where are the bicyclists complaining about this?
Exactly. The bicycles and the parking. Just to have them here. They shouldn't be. They're just a nuisance. They're just destroying the city. They're taking every inch they can.
And then you got the drug deals going on every corner.
I know.
So just actually spoke to one of these shop owners here. Didn't want to go on camera because for his own safety. And he said it's nothing but crime, nothing but problems out here. How you doing, sir?
All right.
Are you able to talk on camera?
Not really.
Okay. Yeah. Off camera, what do you think about what's going on down here? Problems?
Oh, yeah.
Nothing but problems?
Yes. Nothing but problems, man. They took away teenagers, 16 and 13, with firearms.
In the hotel?
Oh, yes. There's
So-
guns in the hotels. They hide them in their carriages.
I was just walking by pissed off. So just to give you an idea, all of this though, they said, I talked to one of the shop owners, couldn't go on camera, but he said all of these scooters are stolen. They rip the license plates off, they bring them down here, and then the cops come in once a month, round them up, take them away, and then the next day they're stolen again. So it's just, this is what you're doing, Democrats. This is what you're doing. You're just inviting in illegal activity, nonstop. So spoke to another shop owner, doesn't want to go on camera, but they're all pissed off. All the shop owners down here, they don't want to go on camera because they don't want to be targeted, but he says it's nothing but crime. What's ironic too is one of his employees was a legal immigrant, came from India, went through the process, had to go through all the paperwork, did it the legal way, and now it is all illegals committing crimes, taking your tax dollars, and really just shifting the entire culture down here. And nobody can talk about it because they don't want to be targeted. Total disaster. Brought to you by Democrats, brought to you by the United Nations, brought to you by these open borders leftists, by all of these NGOs that are profiting off this whole thing. Yeah, somebody just got arrested.
Normal stuff.
Yeah.
And they take these guys, because these guys that they're arresting, you can see they're going to Mount Sinai, so they're not going to jail, they're going to the hospital.
Right.
Because the criminals today are not, they're mentally unstable criminals these days. It used to be you commit a crime, you go to jail, now you're just a victim of the system, so they stick you in a hospital bed for a few days and then throw you back out into the streets.
This is it, guys. Coming to a city near you, so it doesn't stop on the border. It's coming to every city. New York is the epicenter because a lot of them are coming here, but they're going everywhere. Just like my last trip, we were down there, and huge numbers going to Ohio now for some reason. That's it, everywhere, guys. They're coming everywhere because Democrats invited them. Way to go. Just to give you an idea of the proximity from the Row Hotel, we just walked down 46th Street from the Roosevelt Hotel. We are in Times Square right now. This is Times Square, New York City. And 1 block from this, actually Lukeville, Arizona, just outside of Sonoita, Mexico. Hundreds of illegals under this tent. I'm going to show you from this side over here. Mostly fighting age men, the vast majority. Central Africa, West Africa, the Middle East, Egypt. We have them coming from everywhere, guys. They're trying to hide it from you. Mayorkas is trying to hide it from you. They've moved it out here into the middle of nowhere in Arizona. Thanks to Katie Hobbs, the cartel governor. This is what you get. That's why they didn't want Kari Lake in there. That's why they stole it from President Trump in 2020. They stole it from Kari Lake in 2022. This is what you get under open borders, leftist Democrats. Everything Mayorkas is telling you is a lie. They're inviting people to come in illegally under CBP 1. They're allowing illegals to come across illegally still, and they're profiting the cartels because all of these people take Border Patrol resources away, so Border Patrol can't cover out in the desert. And this is the area that the cartels send the worst of the worst. That's what open borders Democrats are doing. Guys, this is right now we have over 2,000 people crossing every day, and it's only going to get worse.
Like especially the kids disappear.
Oh, no, I can.
No, you can't.
No, I can. What's your name?
No.
They know what's happening here. It is out of control. Do you think they are sending spies? CCP?
I think maybe.
Maybe. The destruction of America by the leftists that hate the country.
This is the supply of the endless human trafficking. The Luciferians are supplying the country.
Don't listen to what they say, watch what they do. As soon as one bus leaves, another's in. It's the death of our country, and it's being invited by Joe Biden. Here is the problem. Still on the Mexico side, Juarez, all controlled by the cartels. Super sketchy area to be, so we're not going to stick around too long over here, especially not till after dark. And what we're hearing now is all of the illegal traffic now has simply moved down over here because this, drum roll, is where the barbed wire stops. It's where DPS stops. It's where National Guard stops. So all they have to do is walk or get driven. The town's right over there. There's buses all over that'll bring them down here, and they just simply drive them over here. They drop them off and they go across. That's gate 47 right there. 48's just up the way. They walk across, turn themselves in, and Mayorkas reaches into your pocket, pulls out your money, and says, "Come on in." That's how stupid this is. DPS right there. No DPS, no National Guard, no Border Patrol. Right there. They're all down by the city center. And what it also does, one of the biggest issues we have is not only is this where they come, now they're turning themselves in, this is also because we've taken all of our Border Patrol resources, we've moved them down into the city. All of this is wide open for the cartels to run their drugs or take people that don't want to get caught. They got the ladder crews like we've seen all over. They take them, they climb over the wall, they send them in, and there's nobody. I was driving down this levee road on the Mexico side for about 4 miles. Not a single Border Patrol, not a single DPS, not a single National Guard. it's empty because they're all being used down there for the charade that they're actually securing the border. It's not secure at all. And it's even worse than when I was here before. They've basically taken over this entire intersection. You have the bus station, non-stop buses coming. You've got another one unloading right now. You've got Team Brownsville NGO. What's ironic, look at the tape on the window. This is where they had their welcome, Team Brownsville Welcome Center. Now they've taken that off because we exposed them, these frauds, these people that are profiting off the invasion. This is the new Democrat industry. They don't want you to see it. And as we have it, it's a well-oiled machine. Buses come here, they drop off, they let them into this building, which was owned by the city, which is given to the NGOs to operate this human smuggling operation. They go into this building, they come back out, they come into this building, they get their packets, they come back out, they go back into this building, and then they're set up with their travel brochures, basically the travel packages to either get a hotel here in town, which we're being told they upcharge. So the people here, actually we've been interviewing, saying that they're charging them 40% more sometimes than what they can buy on their own. Or they get them bus tickets, same thing with an upcharge right there at the bus station, or plane tickets to fly them to a community near you. I just spoke to a guy from Venezuela. He's coming to Denver, Colorado. A nice guy. You know, again, I don't fault the people that are coming. They just got the invitation. It's these organizations, the NGOs, that are really running this operation, along with the cartels. And not surprisingly, they don't want you to know it. Hence, they took the sign off the wall. Back in Brownsville, Texas.
Migrants, western suburb of Chicago, that they're heading to downtown Chicago at the train station. Train's coming in 3 minutes, so let's see what we can dig up. Where are you guys from? What country? Where? Venezuela? Downtown Chicago? You know where you're going? Where are you going?
Español, no entiendo.
No comprende?
No English.
Chicago. Do you have tickets?
Yes.
Where are you from?
From Haiti.
Where?
Haiti.
Haiti? You going to Indianapolis?
Venezuela.
All Venezuela. You all family? Familia or no? Who gave you that? Did you get that here, this ticket?
Yes.
Someone gave you here in the bus?
The bus.
The bus driver gave it to you? Yeah, you have to check. So that guy's he's from Haiti. He's been on the road for a month. And he said they gave him these tickets on the bus. And then he's going to take the train downtown and is supposed to get to Indianapolis. It looks like somebody just dumped him off here, Downers Grove, Illinois, western suburb, Chicago. Ah, there you go. There's more. Where are you from? What country?
Chicago.
What country? Venezuela?
Chicago.
Venezuela, Peru. Hello. Where are you guys from? What country? Anybody speak English? Venezuela? Oh, everybody from Venezuela? How come you didn't take the train to Chicago? The next train?
Para Wisconsin.
You're going to Wisconsin? Wow. Milwaukee, Wisconsin? The train, you got tickets? Michigan, Milwaukee. Wow. So it looks like they gave her a ticket. They dumped a bunch of them off here in a bus. You saw the police officers wouldn't say nothing to us. And some people are going to Chicago, Indianapolis, Milwaukee, but they don't have instructions. And this train won't take them to Milwaukee, as you know. So I'll tell them in another translation.
Solo nos dijeron que cojamos el tren.
Jake, Paul, could you scan that ticket?
Let's GPS coordinates
You.
Ferry.
Okay.
GPS coordinates.
Okay. Oh, to get to Milwaukee, you have to take this train stop to Chicago, like the other people just did. Then you'll take a train from Chicago up to Milwaukee. It looks like they're going to go downtown Chicago, and they're going to have to find another way to get to Milwaukee. These were just GPS coordinates and not a ticket. So whoever dropped them off here at this station left them without any real instructions to get to any other locations, Milwaukee, Indianapolis. So we have people that were just dropped off in Downers Grove, Mexico, Peru, with multiple destinations without any real train tickets. You know, Chicago said they want them. Bring them, send them to us. We're Sanctuary City. Vote for us. We're loving liberals. Now all of a sudden, it looks like they're losing the love.